Well, welcome back everyone to the channel and also to screwdrivers. Now where we picked up from the last episode, we need to get the side gears unlocked, and to do that we need to have an all-wheel drive vehicle. But while we're at it, we probably should start working down the electric tier as well. So we will make an all-wheel drive vehicle using electric motors and drive the front and rear wheels. And to do that, the best way, I think, would be to start a whole new car. Well, no, we won't. We won't use the new colours because we'll go with green. We use the new colours, they tend to paint the gears as well. The first thing we'll start with is the suspension. And we'll go for an off-road. We'll go for just a little bit of a longer beam there. We've got some 9s, we'll put some 9s in. Because that'll just make it just that little bit more stable. And another suspension on the other end. 5 axle there and a 5 axle there. One there and one there. And repeat back the other way because we want to try and keep our car symmetrical. It will handle better if it's symmetrical. We won't have to worry so much about weight balancing. Okay. Now we will go and buy some of these motors because we've got some coin. And I think we need to have 2 of them minimum. That should get us going fast enough. So we'll grab 2 of these motors. And we'll put one there and one there, opposite to each other. And we need to gear up to our axles. So we'll put some big gears on there, running to small gears on there. And the race we're after is a tarmac race. So we'll go for some tarmac wheels. And we do need to pin our motors in place. There and there. So we're up for a 4-wheel drive car, and the last thing we need on it is downforce. Okay, let's go and have a look at our car. And our weight is perfectly dead center, but as you can see, our speed's not very good. Maybe we actually need to go a little bit faster. So I think what we're going to have to do here is take out our motors. And we don't have enough gear. We don't have enough. Do we have a 7? We've got some 7s. Actually, we don't want that there. Some 4s will work. We only need to support them from one side. So we'll put one there. And one there. And we'll gear up one more time. There and there. And there. And there. And that has left us nowhere to put on any motors. It's always a problem. So we'll take those off. And we'll go with 3s. Because what we'll do is we will put the motors on the outside of the chassis. And back to our motors. And mount that one there. And that one there. And that should get us going at a better speed. Otherwise, we won't be going fast enough to be able to win the race that we need to run. And that should still have our weight center. And that's a better speed, 92. Okay, let's go run our race. And it'll be showing us here that the 2 races we need to do are now open. Oh, and this one as well, the Serpentine Circuit. Oh, well, that's actually going to open up 2 things on the one race. Let's go into our career because we're going to run the serpentine circuit. Hopefully we're going quick enough. We should be 100 kilometers an hour and our acceleration should be reasonable. And what did I forget? I forgot to do the steering. So I'll go straight back to build mode. We better make the front wheel steer. It's amazing how many times I actually forget to make my front wheel steer after I build a new car. You'd think I'd remember with the amount of times I've done it now and had to go back and do it again. That's better. And there we are, we've hit the peak of our speed. Which they're going to catch up, but oh. They're not going to beat us in handling because this thing has got some very sharp handling. Doesn't go fast. But it's got very sharp handling. Almost too pointy. That'll be good for this downhill section. We can just whiz through the corners on. Pretty much just holding it flat out. And these slick tyres do not like going over the dirt. They are very slippery until you hit the tarmac and then they grip like nothing else. Oh, bounce, bounce, bounce of the wheels. That's that funny bump in the middle of the corner. Through the last couple of corners. And we're done. And that's opened us up the side gears, which were the important bit that we were after. Racing wheels and the corner gear. And back to the garage, and I think we've got one more race to do here as well, which will open up the motors, which we'll just do the run up the hill. Because we only need to get bronze to open it, and this car should easily get a bronze. And the funny thing about this up the hill race is I actually get quicker times when I do it on the racing slicks on the dirt than what I do if I do them on the do it with the dirt tyres. And yes, that was a silver time, but still enough for us to get the motor opened up. Back to the garage. Now we'll change car back into this one and go into build. Now if we actually change on here, now which one is it? We need to change, actually we need to change all of the gears on here. Actually no, we'll leave this side alone. Put that back on there because we need it to, for the output from there. So if we go to this side, and we will have to take one motor off and change the length of this to a 5, I think it is now. No, it's a 4. We don't have enough. Buy one more 4. Oh, don't let me put it in. Yeah, try and put it in from this end. There we go. No, it still won't let me put it in. Let's try and put it in from the bottom then. Now it'll let me put it in. If we change this gear and this gear, we need to buy 2 of them first. This will actually give us a 4-speed gearbox. But it's not a good 4-speed gearbox for combustion engines. As you can see, the first gear is a little bit too tall. This is a good gearbox for electric motors, not for gas engines, because first is just a little bit too tall. The overall speed is still the same 200 that we get, and the gears are evenly spaced apart. It's just that, yes, first gear becomes just a little bit too tall. And if you shorten the final drive down, these last 2 gears here, to bring first to the peak point of where the torque curve is, it brings the top speed down too far, and you're not spending enough time in each of the gears. You're not making the most of the gears. So yes, this is not a very good gearbox for gas engines. This one's only suitable for electrics. Okay, now this should have now opened up a new race for us, which is this one here, the Queen of Quickening or the Long Straight. Can we do either of those 2 races? And yes, we can. We can do the Queen of Quickening. And this is getting us one step closer to the 4-speed that works good on gas engines, which uses the planetary gear for the 4th gear. And as you can see, the first gear accelerates away very slowly. And then all the other gears are all very close to each other. Works really good for electrics that have got all the torque at 0 RPM, but it doesn't work so good for the gas engines, which can't get away off the line very easily. But the car is at least drivable enough so that we can finish the race and get the part so that we can open up the next tier of stuff. Well, amazingly enough, we actually went just a little bit quicker than what we did when we had the 3-speed, which that's normal. 3-speed, the 4-speed generally is a little bit quicker than the 4-speed, even with the extra gear change times. Now we'll go back to the garage and we will check what requirement we need to open up this planetary gear. And it is more horsepower and races that we have not yet opened up. So the thing we're going to have to move towards next is probably this one, which are more races we do not have opened up yet. What about this one? An electric only 500 kilograms. Some of these cars that you have to build here with the tech tree are weird concoctions compared to what you would normally make for a regular old car. So we're just going to have to race with what we've got. And it's not going to give us very many options here on what we can open up. We're just going to have to, we'll go back to the garage anyway, and go back to build mode. And we will, actually, let's have a look here in our parts and let's see how much money we've got in the shop. 841, we might be able to do an engine upgrade. 350, yes, we need $700 to buy 2 engines. And that should get us a horsepower upgrade. And get rid of those 2 gears because we don't want to use a 3-speed anymore. Take that out. And we want a 3-axle for there, but we don't have any more. We'll need to buy one more 3-axle. Put a 3-axle in this hole. Take that one out of there. I'll grab 2 of these ones on there. Oh, there we go. Now we want to pin that in the right spot. There we go. So we catch both engines, and we'll put some turbos back on it. 1 turbo on that engine, 1 turbo on that engine. And now we're just missing some gears. 1 gear there, 1 gear there. That puts us back to a 3-speed. But that has given us a much bigger power range and a little bit more top speed. And it should have put us over the threshold for another race. And I don't think it has. Oh, it has. But we're not, the car is not heavy enough. And we do not have those races open. So all we can do is just do some races to get some of the higher levels open. Oh no, Gravel Road Grind is open. We just need a heavier car. Anyway, well, what I'll do off camera is I'm going to build a little bit of a car over the top of this so we can get a little bit more weight into it. But that's all the time we have for this episode. So I will catch you all later.